Dear Konami, what the fuck have you done? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. And as you guys can tell by the title of the video, don't know how I'm gonna word it, but yeah, Dracos have returned. Dracos have returned. What the fuck, Konami? I don't know. I'm being perfectly honest here. Because we all know how busted Dracos were during, literally during the days of like fucking Zodiac format, where literally when, what was it, Raging Tempest and Maximum Crisis were released, Zodiac and Dracos were the two most meta decks in the entire format at that point. Obviously now Zoo is not as broken as it was back in the day. Dracos, I mean, it is what it is, but if I remember correctly, I believe, excuse me. If I remember right, I believe Draco is... I think True King is still... Hang on, guys. Yeah, if I remember correctly, both Dragonic Diagram and True King Ladosin Gym are both at 1. Which is insane. But again, Dracos have returned which will be coming out in the next, or rather coming out of the new set, Darkwing Blast, I believe was the set name. So strap yourselves in, because this is going to be a hell of a video to watch. So kicking things off, we have Ignis Phoenix the Dracoslayer, which is a 4-star Fire Warrior Pendulum, 1700 attack, 1900 defense, and its pen scale is 7. And its pen effect is a once per turn, which reads, during your main phase you can shuffle one Pendulum monster from your extra deck into the deck, then add one Dracoslayer or Ignite monster from your deck to your hand, except a Pendulum monster. So this is basically a way to how can I put it? It's a great way to search out True King Ladosin Gym, which is not too bad, because Dracoslayer or Ignis. So you can basically, I would say True King, but True King is not a Draco. Technically it is a Draco, but really it's not. But it's basically, the pen effect is basically Stratos, but you get to recycle one of your Pendulum monsters back into your main deck from the extra deck, which is not too bad. Not too bad at all. Its monster effect, though, says that it's always treated as an Ignite card, and the effect is a once per turn, which reads, if this card on the field is destroyed by battle card effect, you can special summon one Dracoslayer or Ignite monster from your deck, except this card, and if you do, it is treated as a tuner. This can help you go into Ignis to Prominence, which Prominence is actually a pretty busted card, I have to admit. I don't remember what it did. Let me take a look. Let me go on to Nexus and find out. Ignis or Prominence, I think it was. Yeah. Ignis or Prominence, the Blasting Dracoslayer, which was one of the which was one of the more broken cards of all time. Literally one of those broken cards ever. Once per turn, you can target one Pendulum monster on the field or one in the Pendulum zone. Destroy on the field. Destroy, and if you do, shuffle one card on the field into the deck. Once per turn, you can special summon one Dracoslayer monster from your deck in defense position, but it cannot be used as material for a synchro summon, which was pretty busted, I have to admit. It was pretty busted to say the very least. But I have to admit though, Dracos are pretty cool. Dracos are a cool deck. It's a cool concept, but the only problem is that in today's format, Dracos, they're not like... Okay, well, suddenly my laptop froze. Anyway, Dracos were good back in the day, but nowadays, if you were to play Draco, you would literally need to run a fuck ton of Link monsters to get out the full value of the Pendulum monster, because when you summon, when you summon from the extra deck, there it goes. You would need to have a fuck ton of Link monsters to get out their full value. So, especially in today's format. But I have to admit, this isn't too bad. Having a Stratos effect in the pen as a pendulum effect, and being able to just bring out a random Draco or Ignite from your deck as a tuner, that ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. But there's a side note underneath that says this card appears to be a combination of Ignis Heat, the true Draco warrior, and an Ignition Phoenix, which is not too shabby. Pretty cool. Next up, we have Majesty Pegasus, the Dracoslayer. 4-star wind spellcaster pendulum. 1500 attack, 1500 defense, obviously. Pen skill is 2, and the pendulum effect is a once per turn, which reads: if you have a Dracoslayer or Majesty Spectre card in your other pendulum zone, you can add one Dracoslayer pendulum monster with a different original name from your deck to your hand. Then you can destroy one card in your pendulum zone. So, yeah, it does come as popping one of your back row, which is obviously one of your pendulum cards. But what's cool about this is that this can help you go into some of your single plays, depending on what your hand looks like. You could go into go into a lot of bullshit with this one card, which is hilarious. So you would literally need to have a pen monster in one of the pen zones for this card to be active. So you would have to have this, and we'll say Phoenix, which was the one that I just talked about, and you can easily pop the Phoenix, get out. I'll say Majesty Spectre. What was it? Yada, maybe? Yada or Kieran? Is Kieran still banned? Let's see. Majesty Spectre, Unicorn, Kieran. Yeah, so, I would say you could go into Kieran or Masterpiece, but they're both banned. And for good reason, too. For good reason. They're both just absolutely insane. 2 insane cards. So, again, not too shabby. Not too shabby. I'm being honest with you guys. I am not a big fan of the Dracoslayers, not because of their art design or or anything like that. It's just the fact that their effects are so annoying. They're so annoying, especially when some of them have floodgate effects, which makes it which makes them which made them a force to be reckoned with for like, was it for only a few months until until the Link monsters came in. So, but anyway, I apologize if I'm taking forever. I literally just woke up, so I do humbly apologize. But the monster effect of this card, it has two separate effects. Which the second effect is on once per turn. The first effect, which is a quick effect, it reads: you can discard this card until the end of this turn. Your opponent cannot target Dracoslayer monster control with card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So this is basically your like. This is basically like a sort of like a Ghost Sister hand trap, where if you guys did not know, the Ghost Sisters have their own separate effect. Let's see. Effect type. Let's see. Let's see if I can find. Let's see. I guess not. I was gonna search up something. I was gonna search up the Ghost Sisters by type. I guess not. This might help. So let's see. So each of the Ghost Sisters has their own like effect when they are discarded. Mourner, Ghost Mourner has the effect where it says if your opponent special summons a monster or monsters, except during the damage step, you can discard this card, target one of those face-up monsters, and negate its effects until the end of the turn. And if that monster leaves the field, its controller takes damage equal to its original attack. So it's basically, with Mourner, it's basically Effect Veiler on steroids, which is insane. Ghost Ogre focuses on cards that are already on the field. Ghost Sister has a rather interesting effect which reads during either turn except the end phase as a quick effect, you can discard this card, apply this effect this turn. You can only use this effect once per turn. Each time your opponent special summons an effect monster or monsters during the main or battle phase, you gain life points equal to that monster's attack. If you did not gain life points by this effect, your life points are halved during the end phase. So it basically is a double-edged sword with this one. Ghost Reaper focuses on banishing cards from the extra deck, as long as you have the same cards as well. Ghost Bell focuses on effects in the graveyard, which I had already talked about that in the past. And then of course the Ash Blossom, we all know what Ash Blossom does. Ash Blossom is insane. With this card, with Majesty Pegasus, it's basically a modified version of a Ghost Sister, but it protects your monsters from being destroyed. So it's basically a knockoff Ghost Sister of sorts. At least with the first effect anyway. The second effect reads: if this card is Pendulum Summon or Special Summon by a Dracoslayer card's effect, You can add one field spell from your deck to your hand and discard one card. It's basically like a terraforming Dark World Dealings, where you get to search for a field spell, which is the terraforming effect, and then the Dark World Dealings effect, where you have to discard a card as I would say as cost, but it really isn't. But basically, it's terraforming. Not much else to say about that. The note here says this card appears to be a combination of Majesty Maiden, the true Draco caster, and Majesty's Pegasus, which is alright. Next up, we have Dynamite Power Load, the Dracoslayer, which is a 4-star water machine pendulum with 1700 attack, 1800 defense, and its pen skill is 6. The Pendulum Effect reads, you can target one Dracoslayers or Dynamist card in your other Pendulum zone, special summon it. Okay, so I think I figured it out with all of the Draco monsters. So, Phoenix is can work with the Ignites. Majesty Pegasus can work with the Magispectors, which we could see these decks come back, which is pretty cool. And then Dynamite can work with the Dynamist. So it is possible we could see Dynamists come back, Magispectors could also come back, Ignites can also come back, which is a possibility, but you would need to implement a small Draco package in order for these decks to truly be meta. But I really don't see that happening anytime soon. So with Dynamite's effect, it basically acts as sort of like a Crystal Promise, where you can take one of your crystals in your back row and place it on the front lines. This card, the Pendulum Effect of this card, basically is exactly that, which is actually pretty cool. The monster effect says that it is always treated as a Dynamist card, and the effect is a once per turn, which reads, if this card is tributed, you can add one face of Dracoslayer or Dynamist Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand, except this card. Oh, so okay, so this is basically like extra deck Rhoda, I guess. So, I mean, it's not too bad. I'm not really buying it. I really don't think Dracos will come back. But if they do, you're gonna be running a fuck ton of Link monsters. That's all I'm gonna say. But we do have a brand new field spell for the Dracos. Obviously, we all know that we have Dragonic Diagram, which I will read its I will read off the effect of Dragonic Diagram, which reads, all true Draco and true King monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense. The first time each tribute summon true Draco or true King monster would be destroyed by battle this turn. Each turn it is not. And once per turn, you can destroy one other card you control in your hand, and if you do, add one true Draco or true King from your deck to your hand. So this is basically like a Rhoda of sorts. Where, well, with this one, it's basically that, but on steroids. It is known as Dragonic Pendulum, and it has 3 separate effects, and the second and third are once per turn. The first effect reads, all Dracoslayer monsters in the field gain 300 attack and defense. The second effect reads, if a Dragon Dracoslayer monster control activates this effect, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. So if the effect becomes, you get to pop a card on your opponent's board, and it basically can act as a Twin Twister or as a double trap hole of sorts, which that's actually pretty nuts. And then the third effect reads, if this card on the field is destroyed, you can take one Dracoslayer or Drake Overlord monster from your deck, either add to your hand or special summon it. That, I don't have anything else to say except that strap yourselves in, guys, because once this set comes out, Dracos might come back to the format. But that brings me to the question of the day. Do you guys believe, with these new cards, do you believe that Dracos will be meta once again? Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh news videos which typically get posted on Tuesdays, sometimes on weekends, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And make sure you guys follow me on my social media. The links will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.